Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I thank the ranking member. I thank all of you for your testimony here today. And I find it a very good and very important conversation. And the testimony here today will help inform many of us as we look at how we address this issue going forward. Economic certainty is something that we all desire, particularly for small business, where we recognize the value that you have in all of our communities across the nation. And I want to just say that what is so unique about our nation is that it provides this opportunity for entrepreneurship like no other nation. And it's the American dream. It's the reason why the United States, I believe, is the greatest nation on the planet. But having said that, I have a question, and I think it may even go to the philosophical to a certain degree. Do you, and this is directed to the entire panel, do you think that the unique opportunity provided by our nation has a value beyond compounded wealth accumulation? Or do you believe that those who have benefited the most from this unique nature of the United States owe something back to the country that provided them the opportunity to enrich themselves? I heard Ms. Rolnick's requirements and her proposal, but from everyone else, and I'm sorry, Mr. Katz, I came in during your testimony, I heard that nothing should be paid. So I just wanted to get some further insights from you because of the unique nature of our nation, the way that we can basically build ourselves from the ground up. Sweat equity builds and accumulates wealth over time. Is there something that's we feel obligated to in terms of the nation? And how does that reconcile itself with this demand for the estate tax?
I'll start. I guess I would argue that small business owners are already giving back because we're employing people. We're buying equipment from companies that are employing people. I mean, by the very nature of being a business owner, you are giving back. I mean, you're paying your taxes all along the way as you're earning money. We've got 90 employees that are part of our family. You know, we take care of those employees. We provide their health insurance. We, you know, contribute to their retirement accounts. We're already giving back just because we're business owners. Can you just stick a
pin in that? Your employees also help you to be a thriving business.
Absolutely. Which is
so it's a symbiotic relationship, and they too are paying taxes, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I agree with that. That was a great comment. I think you know, we're putting back and giving back every single day economically. But I'm very proud of my country. I served in the military, and we do have to do our part. There's no question about that. But there is a limit to it. And when you're taxed over and over again, and then you get what's left, you want to hang on to that. And I think that's the situation here, and it's pretty simple. I mean, we've paid taxes over and over again, and we don't want to not pay any taxes. We don't want to not do our part. We want to be part of the United States, the country that we're so proud of, and but we don't want to be taken advantage of either.
From a philosophical point of view, I guess I need to run it right down the middle for a few seconds, because clearly there is an obligation on behalf of all of us who have managed to accumulate to try and help those who are less fortunate than us. Certainly understand the business owner's perspective of they've worked hard. Ms. Madonia's father works 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and to accumulate wealth, and should have the opportunity to be able to maintain as much of that as possible. I think that there are probably economists that are a lot smarter than myself who would be able to go through and tell you what the economic aspects of all of this are. But what I can tell you is that from what I see, as much as anything, it's the administration of the rules and the uncertainty of the rules that have created so much problem for people. Business owners do budgeting, do planning, they do it every day. if a business owner were to know exactly what their opportunities were and know that if something happened in 2012, it would be a certain rule, and if something happened in 2013, it would be a certain rule. What happened in 2010 was chaotic. Changing rules in December, in the middle of December, going back to January of that year, we can't operate like that. You can't ask business owners to be able to plan and budget for rent and health insurance and all the other things, but at the same time not know what the tax is going to be at the end. So whatever Congress ultimately decides, whether it's 3.5, whether it's 5, whatever, just pick something. Just pick something and let that be the rule. And let everybody who's sitting at this table and all the people around the country who are operating businesses and all the accountants and lawyers who are advising people know what the rules are and know how the rules are going to be applied.
I thank you for your testimony. I think this gets to the heart of the challenge that we face as legislators, understanding and relating to all that you give, and then looking at what we can do in terms of fairness. I think at the end of the day, we want to be fair. We know that you are the economic engines of our communities. I come from an entrepreneurial family as well. I also understand the obligation that we have one to another and would want to try to maintain those obligations as best we can, given where we are economically as a nation. So thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, Ms. Clarke. And I would only add that, Ms. Madonia, I want to keep saying this, so I apologize. If something happens to your dad, you'd have to sell your company. 90 employees, so I don't know how having to let 90 employees go is anybody's definition of giving back.